This is a booster box of one of Pokemon's best ever sets, Evolving Skies, and its price has shot from $140 upon release to now over $400, all in less than 2 years. But why? Today we're going to talk about why while opening this box up and every single pack inside of it to see if it's worth the $400 price tag on a originally $140 booster box. This is more expensive than, some much older boxes than itself. Again, less than 2 years old. All right, well, the plastic's off. Let's open this up. It's so funny opening this up as if it's like a vintage box because, it's really not. I've opened up hundreds of these packs back when it was cheap. Well, this set right here, Evolving Skies, is one of the best sets to be released easily in the last 5 years. And out of the Sword and Shield era, which in my opinion was one of the better eras for Pokemon TCG, this was absolutely the best set. Hands down, no contest. I'm gonna put the box over there. Also, there's absolutely a hit inside of this pack right now. I can literally see it. Bagon, Litleo, Lotad, Vigoroth. Espeon V right out the freaking gates. Now we just need like 300 more of these and we'll break even on price. Now, a big reason why this set is so great and now so expensive is because this set takes cards from all different rarities and kind of all combines them together. And it's one of the last sets to do that out of the Sword and Shield era because in Sword and Shield we had Vs, VMAXs, amazing rares, rainbow rares, alternate arts, but not every set had each and every different kind of rarity. Dialga Hollow. But in Evolving Skies, we have pretty much all of them, including we've got Alt Art VMAXs, Alt Art Vs, there's Rainbow Rares, Shiny Pokemon Gold cards, regular Gold cards, Full Art Trainer Vs, Full Art Trainers and Full Art V cards, along with just regular Vs and VMAXs. Pinsir. This set has all of the really fun rarities and fun things to pull, and especially when looking at the newest set, Scarlet and Violet, which is the newest era of Pokemon TCG, there's no more VMAXs, no more Vs. There's these things called Galarian Trainer Galleries and Galarian Galleries, which is like alt arts but not as rare, so those are a little bit more common. But this set was kind of the perfect set when it comes to specifically the kinds of cards that you can pull. Now, that's not even talking about the kind of Pokemon that you can pull, because really that's what makes this set as expensive and as insane to open as it is. There are some fantastic, fan favorite Pokemon cards to pull out of here. Obviously, as you can see from a lot of the pack art that we're opening, the EV Evolutions is a big part of this. Rayquaza, who's just sitting on the box right there, is a huge part of this. Essentially, if you took everyone's favorite EV Evolution and then most people's favorite Pokemon card and put them all into one set, that's Evolving Skies. Glaceon VMAX, nice! And again, you can't get VMAXs anymore in modern day Pokemon. But again, you've got the EV Evolutions. There's some incredible cards like Dragonite and Noivern and Rayquaza. There's two Japanese sets that this set comes from, EV Heroes and Blue Sky Stream. Both of those sets are insanely expensive, even today, years later in Japanese, with EV Heroes being $300 per box. We did just open a video, or do a video opening up EV Heroes. So that video is on the channel, and we were looking for some really expensive cards in that set. But the most expensive cards in the Japanese EV Heroes set are also the most expensive cards in this set, Evolving Skies, and we'll talk about what those expensive cards are and how much they're worth in today's market, which sort of, I guess, helps justify the insane $400 price tag on this booster box. But again, we'll talk about it. Gossifleur, Stoutland. But EV Heroes features all of the EV Evolutions like Umbreon and Sylveon and Vaporeon, Leafeon, some insane VMAX alt arts and V alt arts that did make their way, there's a hit in here, that did make their way here into Evolving Skies, which is one of the reasons why this set is so valuable. But also Blue Sky Stream, the Japanese set Blue Sky Stream, was the other half of this set, Evolving Skies, and that has all of the Dragon-type Pokemon. Sylveon VMAX, gorgeous. I really like this card. I like the colors of it. Man, and I will say, even compared to other sets in the Sword and Shield era, the VMAXs look really good in Evolving Skies. Well, Blue Sky Stream, again, has all of the Dragon-type Pokemon. Dragon-type Pokemon being some of the more popular Pokemon historically, both in the franchise and in the packs, with cards like Gold Star Rayquaza going for like $80,000 at a PSA 10 at its peak, and the dragons are definitely popular. So that's what this set combines. It's a mixture of some of the coolest rarity typings, where you've got, again, Alt Art VMAXs and Rainbow Rares and all that kind of stuff, mixed with some of the coolest and most sought after Pokemon and people's favorite Pokemon, both in the main series games and in the cards. EV Evolutions, Rayquaza, all those bad boys. And when it comes to the most expensive cards in this entire set, if you hit them, you will definitely make your money back on that $400, but if you don't, you're going to be really, really far off. This is definitely a risk opening, and we will talk about as well why the booster box is worth $400, and a lot of the hits, even in PSA 10, that are really hard to find aren't even worth $400. We'll cover that. Leafeon V. But basically, speaking of making your money back, if you want to make your money back, you gotta hit an alternate art card out of this set. And the most valuable, most expensive ones are the Rayquaza V alternate art card. Funny enough, is not even in the top 5 for most expensive cards in this set. And in my opinion, it is one of the coolest. Holo Regidrago. But that card at a PSA 10 is going for around $200 right now. So even if you find that card, which is near impossible, and get it graded, and it comes back to a PSA 10, it's still worth only about half of the price of the booster box. And pulling an alternate art in these boxes, they're rare. What I was told from my homie who I bought this box from is that this is from their sealed personal collection. This should be a box that they've been sitting on probably since the set was released. And if I remember correctly, because I opened up hundreds of packs of this set when it was released as a part of a card shop that I was running. I mean, man, you got an alternate art every like 3 to 6 booster boxes. So if we get one today, oh my god, that scared me so bad. I mean, in a good way. Suicune V full art. I thought we had an ulti here, man. Oh my god, it's beautiful. Look at that. Again, the cool thing about this set is that you do have the full art V Pokemon cards, which are not getting phased out, but like, well, I guess Vs don't exist anymore in the new Scarlet Violet era. So these are cool. These like beautiful silver borders. I just think they're really vibrant. They're really fun. And we got the Suicune. Well, this box is from my friend's personal collection. So again, they've been sitting on it for a very, very long time. But I don't know if that means we're going to have better pull rates, worse pull rates, or the same. We're going to have to open this guy up in its entirety and figure that out. Also, with these boxes, we'll go back to prices in a second. Typically, you're looking at pulling an average of 1 secret rare card per box. But from what I remember, I don't think the alternate art cards are technically secret rares. So even though we just got that full art Suicune V, we absolutely could still get an alternate art in this box, and also could and probably should get a secret rare out of this box. It's not like the Japanese boxes where the full art V cards count as the secret rares. Eldegoss. But okay, back to pricings on the more expensive cards. So you've got Rayquaza V definitely on the lower end of the spectrum here. Amazing card, incredible art, not that pricey. Another card which I think should be more than it's worth right now is the Dragonite V alternate art, which is probably, if I had to pick my favorite art in the entire set, it might be that. I'm biased. I'm a big Dragonite fan, but it's a really, really cool artwork. I don't think I've ever pulled it for myself. Gorgeist. And it also is going for around $200 USD. The PSA 10 Dragonite V alt art. Again, this isn't even the raw version. You got to get it graded, and it's got to come back perfect for you to get that $200 value tag on. Again, it's kind of insane to consider that this box is worth $400, and the odds of pulling that is very low. Thievery. Well, after the Dragonite and the Rayquaza V alt art, next most expensive valuable card is actually the Umbreon V alternate art. The Umbreon is the king of this set, both Umbreon and Rayquaza. Umbreon being the most valuable EV evolution in the box, Rayquaza being the most valuable dragon in the box. You'll see why a little bit later. But that Umbreon V alt art, where it's like the other cards are like kind of looking, or the other Pokemon are like looking up to it and like bowing down to it almost, also worth around $200 at a PSA 10. Bang. Oh, nice. Well, that's very cool. Lycanroc VMAX, we did score a rainbow rare in this box, which is awesome. Personally, there's some cooler rainbow rares I kind of wish we would have pulled out of this, but still an amazing grab right there. 213 out of 203. This is a secret rare, so I'm not sure if we're going to see a rainbow rare version or a shiny Pokemon card version in this box, but we absolutely could still find the the alternate art something, hopefully. But Rainbow Rare Lycanroc VMAX, we will absolutely take that. Definitely a cool card. Still not a valuable card like we need, honestly, to get that $400 back. And speaking of valuable cards, then we get into the VMAX alternate arts, which hold the most value in this set overall, and they are absolutely the coolest cards by far. We've got that Sylveon VMAX alternate art, which is a really pretty one. Again, I like all the Sylveon arts in this set. That card going for around $230 at a PSA 10. Lycanroc V. Oh, this is the Lycanroc box, huh? So even though you got a big VMAX alt art, it's a PSA 10, still about $230 coming out of the $400 box. You're going to notice that the prices don't really make sense right now for the sealed box, and we're going to talk about that in a little bit about why. Basically helping you make a decision on if you should buy this box or not. Okay, well, next up after the Sylveon VMAX alt art, we do have the Leafeon VMAX alternate art selling at around $240 at a PSA 10. And after that, it is the Glaceon VMAX alternate art, another amazing big rare EV evolution alt art, also at a PSA 10, selling for around $240. Which again, is just kind of crazy to me that these cards are, I mean, they're worth a lot, don't get me wrong, especially for cards that are less than 2 years old. But man, this is an expensive box. Okay, after Glaceon, the prices start to ramp up really quickly, and there's really only 2 more cards to mention right now. in terms of the most valuable cards in the box. And those are Rayquaza VMAX alternate art. Again, Rayquaza is the king of the box. Well, Rayquaza and Umbreon. And that VMAX alternate art, which is just an incredible card, will run you around $440 at a PSA 10. So if you're looking to make your money back in one hit, it's going to have to be with at least a Rayquaza VMAX alt art that is perfect condition. And that, my friends, is not at all an easy feat to do, not an easy thing to find. But it's also not the most valuable card in the entire set. That crown is with Umbreon. Yes, the one and only Moonbreon card. It is an absolute icon in the Pokemon TCG space. Everyone knows what the Moonbreon is. All the YouTubers have done videos either looking for it or it's been a part of their videos. It is definitely a very popular, a very sought after card with one of the coolest arts to come out of the Sword and Shield era overall. So a card that I expect to retain value over time and definitely one that I'd like to get in my personal collection. Maybe here? No. But that Moonbreon VMAX alternate art is selling for an incredible $975 at a PSA 10 in English, but in Japanese out of the box Eevee Heroes, which again is the Japanese version of Evolving Skies. That card is selling for an absolutely absurd nearly $2,400 at a PSA 10. So it is much harder to pull from the Japanese boxes, which are pretty much just as expensive, only $100 cheaper than this box here. So getting that card is, I mean, nearly impossible in Japanese. But the nice part is that the Japanese cards pretty much usually almost always grade a PSA 10 just because the quality is so much better in Japan. So if you do get lucky enough to pull that card out of Eevee Heroes, you might walk away with like a $2,000 card. But here in Evolving Skies, that same card is worth about $1,000 at a PSA 10. Now, it kind of brings us to, is this box even worth opening? There's only 2 cards in this entire set that, if graded to a perfect PSA 10, can make you your money back on buying a sealed box. So is it worth buying a sealed box? Well, watching us open today, as you can see, it is very hard to pull any alternate art out of this set, and there are so many to pull, and that's what makes getting the Moonbreon or the Rayquaza so difficult. Not that the pull rates are hard, but that the pull rates are hard, and there's so many different pulls to have. And this is kind of how like the Pokemon world works. Historically, keeping packs sealed and products sealed is the best way to retain value. There's a hit here. There's a hit. Suicune. So if you're looking to buy something that's going to either hold its value or go higher in value in the future, I mean, really the best way to do that is to buy a sealed pack or a sealed booster box and not open it and just kind of sit on it, which is what a lot of people did with these Evolving Skies booster boxes, and that's how they went from $140 to now selling them for over $400. So is this box really worth opening, especially for that $400 price tag? Personally, I really don't think so. I think the price is super inflated right now for this set. I'm not exactly sure why it's so expensive, and since it's kind of a new set, they might do a reprint of it at some point too, which will bring the prices down. Jump left. So Rourke Hollow, 2 more packs left in the box, 2 more opportunities to pull an alternate art to maybe make our money back, but I would say overall, I mean, this is the best set from Sword and Shield, hands down, no contest, not even close, and it's absolutely my favorite set from the Sword and Shield era and my favorite set since Hidden Fates. But is it worth spending a whopping $400 on the booster box? I'm gonna be honest with you, I really do not think so, unless you're really just rolling in money and you're like, screw it, we're gonna gamble some today. Lotad, and the last pull in the box is a Talonflame, and there it is, the $400 Evolving Skies booster box opened up with no alternate art. If you enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe, and check out the other videos on screen. Thank you for watching. GG's Evolving Skies.